Hello dear learners, welcome back to my channel Wakamcho classes, and today in this video we'll be discussing about sonnets in a very brief manner. So before I start my video, if you are new to my channel, please like, share and subscribe my channel for different topics on literature. So without further ado, let us begin. The sonnets originated in 14th century in Italy. It is associated with the name of Petrarch, who addressed his sonnets to his beloved Laura. So the origination, if we trace it back, it is in the 14th century that it originated, and it originated in Italy. Likewise, we have Dante. Dante's sonnets are addressed to his beautiful beloved Beatrice. So you got to remember these important points, which will be very important for you in your examination. Now, what is a sonnet? Basically, we have been talking about sonnet, right? So the word sonnet, as we said that it originated in Italy, so it's an Italian word, sonetto, which means little sound or strain. So basically sonnet, it's a very short poem of only 14 lines, and it was originally meant to be accompanied with a music. Okay, it was to be sung, in fact, you can say that. But of course, with the passing of time, it started getting its structure, and ultimately today we have 14 lines, and it's regarded as sonnet, right? Now, in England, Watt and Surrey began sonnet writing in imitation of the Italian sonnet. So there are times where they ask you about who introduced sonnets in England. So the answer is obvious, that is Watt and Surrey. Watt introduced Petrarchan model and left around 31 sonnets, and Surrey gave a new turn in the sense that he introduced a new pattern, which in course of time later was also called as Shakespearean sonnet, because Shakespeare started writing on this particular pattern. Now Surrey's sonnets are addressed to Lady Geraldine. Then we have Watt and Surrey. They kind of introduce the elements of personal touch and autobiographical note in sonnet. Very important point this. Thomas Watson published The Tears of Fancy or Love Disdain, and of course he also had got to remember this very important fact that he had published one of his works, that is Passions or Poems of Love, in 1582, but they were not strictly sonnet in the true sense of the word or the term. But this work, that is The Tears of Fancy or Love Disdain, basically has that structure of sonnets where there are 14 lines, so it can be called sonnets in the true sense of the term. So Philip Sidney's Astropole and Stella in the year 1591, remember this work by Sidney, marked the real beginning of the sonnet writing. Sidney addresses his beloved Penelope in his sonnets. Likewise, we have Spenser's Amorosi, which is a collection of 88 sonnets, and these sonnets are addressed to his lady love Elizabeth Boyle, whom he married afterwards. William Shakespeare is the greatest sonneter of his age, and it was Thomas Thorpe, remember the name, who printed a collection of total 154 sonnets of Shakespeare in the year 1609. And all these sonnets were dedicated to either Mr. W.H., okay, and to a dark lady. Now, there are this questions arising who this Mr. W.H. was. So basically, there are assumptions that it was Earl of Southampton rather, right? Now, Henry Constable's sonnets, known as Delia, remember the name, are remarkable for its beauty and sensuous appeal. Likewise, Drayton's sonnet idea 1594 expresses his platonic love of beauty, and he imparted this dramatic element to sonnet writing. So that was a very brief discussion on sonnet.